we need to stop romanticizing cheating. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to admit to yourself that you've been hurt by some dumb man that you shouldn't have lowered your standards for. Hey, and welcome to my second ever vlogmas video. I'm very new to vlogmas, so please be patient with me because I didn't realize that I'm meant to be doing like Christmas videos. So my version of vlogmas, which is what I'll be doing this year, is basically just posting a video every day in December leading up to Christmas. And today's video, as you can tell by the title, is kind of just a sit down, me talking and saying some thoughts that I have gathered just from things that I've gone through this year and just kind of observations about life and society in general. So basically, as the title says, we need to stop romanticizing cheating. Like, we need to stop romanticizing being cheated on because it is so harmful. I always thought that like being cheated on would just be the worst, the absolute worst thing that could ever happen to me. I was terrified of it. I thought that I would never just never experience it. I thought I would never put myself in the position to have that happen to me. I know a lot of people that kind of think at this point it's just like a fact of life. It's just something that happens to everyone, that everyone has to go through, and it sucks. But that's like what happens, and it's like not that big of a deal or whatever. I got cheated on this summer in my relationship, so F you if you're watching this, and it sucked so bad. And when it happened, I was like, wow, it's my worst fear come true. This is the worst thing ever. But then after like 1 or 2 days, of listening to all these songs and all these things, and I thought to myself, well, right, all these women and all these people that like get cheated on, it sucks, but then like they're not in the wrong, and they it's like so easy to move on because it's just like it's broken, it's done, move on, right? And then like go and glow up and have that like post breakup glow up and be like, can't believe like he did this to me, like look at how hot I am, like all that stuff, right? That's what I thought would happen to me. I was ready for my magical glow up. I was ready to magically look better and feel better about myself and be over it in like 3 weeks, and then like 6 months from being cheated on, I would have the best body and look so good, and I'd be able to have my new man that would treat me right and everything would be okay, because that's what I'd been promised. Like, that's what I thought would happen, and that is not the case. First of all, it took literally, not only was it something I had been already terrified of, but when it actually happened to me, like, I just don't even think I knew how much like it would hurt. Like, it honestly affected me a lot more than like I even thought it would, especially for the amount of time that I was in my relationship, because it really wasn't that long. And it just sucked so bad. Like, no, I don't think anyone talks about how much like it actually like hurts. It's like to think that someone that you were with that was meant to like be all these things supposedly, and then just goes around and does that, like, that sucks. And it can even be someone that like you wouldn't think would ever do that, and like usually you think of a cheater as like this horrible kind of person and like blah 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 blah, and like, yeah, obviously like he's a horrible guy to have done that to me. He's not even in my head what I would imagine as someone that would do that, and that's why it was just like such a blow. And then like when it happens, like to cut everything off immediately is, I think, a lot harder than like people even realize. It took a lot of strength for me to like not even like text him, and just I wanted him to hurt like as badly as he made me hurt. And even now in December, it's been like literally almost 6 months since we've broken up, and not only do I pretty much look the same, except for the fact that I'm forcing myself to wear middle parts as an attempt for me to glow up, and I feel like sometimes I just look really bad in a middle part, but I'm too deep into it now, so I can't go back at this point, I feel. Like I said, I look pretty much the same. I have not found any magical men. In fact, somehow I've managed to meet 2 horrible guys since that has happened, which has made me lose all faith in relationships and all faith in men. There's a story time, maybe that can be one of my vlogmas, a story time of how this dude that I was kind of talking to that slid into my DMs and then asked me out for me asking a question in one of our online classes. A verified guy, by the way, former professional sports player, like 4 years older than me. You know what, this is my story time. I don't need to get into it now. You can hear about that in another video. Traumatic. really horrible what happened. But basically made me lose all faith in men. And I'm like, where's my guy that's meant to come around and heal me, you know? Because literally this feels like the kind of thing where I'm just not gonna get over it until I have someone new. And it's like, well, where are they? I don't know. It's a pandemic. They're probably at home in their childhood bedroom. But honestly, like I've said, we just literally, I think it's just so harmful to everybody to romanticize it, because that's not what you should literally ever do. There are so many other options that you can do besides cheating on someone to end a relationship. It's so easy. It's really not that hard. You don't need to make it harder than it is. Just don't do that. And I think it's just, like I said, harmful, because I know that there's kind of like some young girls out there that haven't been hurt yet and like been really in relationships or started that part or that phase of their life. And I know some people like romanticize it and they're like, I just want to feel pain so that I can understand these songs and whatever. And it's like, okay, maybe you say that, but if you knew what it actually was like and not just what people want to put out on the internet, you would know that it's like not that great. And I think that it's okay to like admit that you have feelings and admit that some guy like effed you over and like you feel hurt about it. I think that's okay. And I think that putting out this image that you need to be strong and you need to like take revenge by like, you know, just never contacting them and like looking so hot and like going out with a new guy, it's just like harmful. Because like sometimes I think it's better to actually acknowledge the pain. And I think that just having that idea in my head that, like I said, society puts out and what I felt like I was meant to do was honestly more damaging to me than if I had just felt like I could process it in the way that I needed to. And I feel like I'm being really dramatic because it wasn't even like physical cheating because it's a fucking pandemic. It was emotional cheating, but it honestly really did hurt. And that whole breakup story was once again traumatic. And here's the funny thing, guys. I don't know if I've said this before, but my laptop that I had completely broke. So I had to get a new one, and I've lost like a lot of things. But one of the things that I lost was this video that I'd been working on, basically of different sections that I filmed, basically getting over being cheated on and getting over what I feel like is my first real breakup that's affecting me, because it is my second breakup. And no offense to the first guy, but I got over him very fast because we didn't date very long and I feel like I didn't know him that much, so it was fine. But I was making this video and I thought that it'd be great because I thought that I would show, dang, I'm hurting so much this week or these 2 weeks, and then okay, I start to get better, and then bam, I'm better, and I'm hot, and I'm like feeling so good, right? And I thought that that'd be maybe like a 2-month process, 3 months at most. It's been 6. There's been many times where I thought that I was like, yay, I'm done with this video, right? I'm done with I've completely gotten over my breakup, right? No, wrong, because then like 2 days later, I'd be crying about it again. So it's been tough, and I don't know. That's why, like I said, we have to stop because it's not helpful. And just know, if you're watching this and maybe you're going through it and you're like, yes, I understand you, like, you're not alone. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to admit to yourself that you've been hurt by some dumb man that you shouldn't have lowered your standards for, or some dumb woman, you know, whoever it is that hurt you. It's like, yeah, I'm better than them, but it's okay to sometimes feel terrible. I don't know if that makes any sense, because it's like the hard balance between trying to feel good about yourself and trying to feel confident, and also admitting that like someone hurt you, I think was definitely a tough thing for me, just the way that my personality is. Anyways, I don't know that much what else I want to say, because I feel like I'd go on forever about this, but I'm trying to keep it to like more general, just my thoughts on the matter. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.